You got it?
Yep. There we go. That should be us. Katia, hello. Can you hear us?
Yes, I do. Hello.
Excellent. Thank you very much for stopping by and for all the support that you guys have been giving us. It's absolutely wonderful to have you in the chat and speak to you and ask you some questions. So, would you like to tell everyone a little bit about yourself, obviously, who you are with regards to Eagle Dynamics, and then we can ask the community questions.
So the first one, do you play DCS for fun in free time? No, I don't.
I don't blame you, neither do we.
I don't think I'll play it for
Because,
what?
well, I just cannot play it for fun. I always start to see the bugs. And new features I want to implement, so it's not so fun.
But you'll have the shiny development build on your end, surely, as well. You get to see all the new toys.
Yes.
So, I'll
So
start
how are you going with the stream?
It's all right. I mean, I think we're all getting a little bit tired, but a few of us have done it. A few of us have done it before, so we know where we're at and how we're going to power through. But it's just about getting the chat involved and making as much money for the charities as we can, because I mean that's why we're here. Our discomfort is nothing compared to what some people go through. So hopefully we can help out.
It seems to come in waves, doesn't it? You know, you're fine 1 minute, and then the next minute you're, not in a good place, and then you're fine again straight after it.
That's what coffee's for.
Yeah, a ridiculous amount. So, Kathy, are you happy for me to just start cracking through some of these questions? I'm kind of aware that this is your weekend.
Yeah, just go ahead. And I want to be in an informal situation because it's weekend, so we can speak about almost anything.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Right, so how did you come to work at Eagle Dynamics, and how's that been different to projects and roles you've done before that?
Well, actually, it was my first place to work in, and I had many separate other projects, but I stayed with Eagle Dynamics for 20 years, and this June was 20 years anniversary for me.
Oh wow.
Because I started in 2000 and was doing almost every other project which Eagle Dynamics had except Flight Simulator. So I'm
So that's quite a long time then. That's
yeah, that's quite a long time, and I stayed for a while with Eagle Dynamics and with the culture and with all boys around and so on.
So were you able to have a big 20th anniversary party, or did COVID put that to bed?
Not really, because of the COVID situation, so was locked down at home and just stayed there, watched DCS channels and etc.
So, I mean, kind of everybody knows that you work at ED. Now we know you've worked there for a very long time, but I think one of the interesting reasons we're glad to get you on is we don't really know much about kind of what you do. We see the letters in front of the name COO, but a lot of people, what does a normal day look like to you? What's your day-to-day role?
Normal day, going through all projects we have in DCS, because we actually separate modules from features from DCS core and have them as a single project for us. And well, also talking to people, managing some stuff, solving problems for people, and make the team happy.
So basically just making sure everything runs smoothly across the board then, yeah?
Yep.
Now, the next question I thought was quite interesting, because this is one you asked us to add.
Yep.
So our lovely community over at Hoggit have asked, will this be an actual interview with real questions, or will it be a PR exercise with no hard questions asked? So tell us, Katia, is it a real interview?
Well, it looks like a real one, but we'll see how it will go. Because maybe we will come to a PR exercise.
I mean, Nineline was quite adamant he wanted to put loads of questions in around why he's the best community manager, but we've managed to keep them out so far. So, I mean, we can probably answer a bit of that. From our point of view, you hadn't seen any of the questions that we came up with prior to essentially last night, really. All of these they come up with our community. We basically took the admin team into a channel for an hour, and we tried to think of things that we hadn't seen in other interviews, things that we already didn't know the answer to, something that was maybe a bit different. We put them together, asked our community to chip in, anything else we hadn't thought of.
Yeah.
And that we were done as far as we were concerned. And yesterday, but if it wasn't yesterday, I think it was this morning actually. You asked us to pick some of the more difficult questions from Hoggett and add them as well. So.
Well, actually, I don't think they are difficult questions. They are repeating questions all the time.
Yeah. I suppose you can only answer it so many times, but we'll go again.
Yep.
So the next question is a Hoggett question. The community would like to know, and I will read it as a quote. What on earth is going on with the Harrier? Are there plans to add more oversight towards third-party developers to ensure they meet the commitments they make prior to leaving early access?
Okay, so I will start with the third parties first. For Eagle Dynamics, third parties are partners. They are not our internal team. So we have the partnership. And if a third party develop an aircraft or a terrain, it's their model. It's the work that they would like to perform, the features they see in the product. And Harrier, well, that's the RASBAM model, and they take responsibilities and they take the decisions when it is ready, when it's in early access, and so on.
So essentially, you guys have the platform, which is obviously DCS World, and the third parties, they've got free reign to create and manage the modules as they see fit, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope that
so we actually helping to develop. We deliver the environment for the models, and if somebody wants to deliver something new, we are always open to communicate and to see are those people able to do it or not. RASBAM showed us that they can do it. They do it for many years, and actually we think that their products are quite good.
Yeah, I agree. I love the RASBAM stuff. It's excellent.
Yeah. I don't think you're alone in that. I mean, naturally bugs and things happen, but
yeah,
I own the Harrier and the Mirage.
In terms of early access and the release state of Harrier, well, it's feature completed. You can see it on the DCS website page, the list of features. All of them were completed, why it should be in early access state. I don't see really the reasons for it, and of course the model will not be taken away or something else. They will continue to deliver updates and bug fixes. That's normal process.
Yeah.
And even I think in some time, as we do right now for A10, they probably will upgrade it as well. Why not? We'll see. Time will show.
Yeah. Hopefully, I mean, like you said, anything that's released, I think people tend to forget that it's not necessarily a final thing, because it is so easy to update something. So it will be interesting to see how RASBAM carry on with the Harrier.
Yeah, I'm sure they will deliver more and more as usual.
We've got a question from the community, Tactical DCS. One of our guys asked. So, DCS is a very niche product within a niche genre. How do you balance your financial sustainability with the community wishes?
We follow the wishes.
I'm about to get 1 million wishes in the chat, I think.
Yeah, but we'll just need to have a system for the wishes, and we make the priorities and see if we can deliver those features. Because, well, weapon is weapon.
Yeah.
Some stuff is restricted, and we just cannot go through some particular areas, and we will never do.
Yeah.
because we want to deliver the product for everyone, not just for secret military stuff. Okay, so we are trying to deliver a product which can be used by anyone, anywhere. So we have the restrictions we need to compromise with and so on.
Yeah. It ties in with another question from our community. If you could make any module you wanted, which module would that be?
Well, that's tough question, actually, because there are so many aircraft we want and I want. So I will focus on DCS WORLD in this question, because I want to deliver the environment and to focus on key features from the environment.
Excuse me.
So not the F-22 then, just me.
Well, one day, even maybe F-35,
Yeah,
maybe Su-57, we'll see.
Yeah, and is it a challenge that obviously there's quite a lot of restrictions on the Russian side of aircraft, and obviously you guys have to then focus on what is available. Do you have any sort of plans to try and work around that in future, or are you sort of stuck with that whether you like it or not?
Well, I don't know actually. The time will show, because political situation has an influence on us as well.
Yeah.
Everything we need to count, we need to balance, and sometimes we can do models, sometimes we can't. So it's impossible to say what we will deliver or we want. We want to deliver every single aircraft, because we think that every single aircraft is unique. It has its own history and features, and we know how people actually invest in each aircraft and what does it mean to create an aircraft for people. And for some of us and for some of constructors, it's a lifestyle. It's an important part of the life. So we want to have every single aircraft, but we will see what we can do and what is possible to do.
Yeah.
According to the restrictions, because we need to respect them as well, and we definitely understand why the restrictions applied and so on.
Yeah, and I think these are things that we as consumers a lot of the time we don't see any of that background stuff. It's really easy for us to sit and hammer on the door and ask why we don't have a MiG-29, but there's obviously so much going on behind the scenes that.
So that's why we are here with you, and we are baking you up.
We'll have forgotten this by tomorrow after we've had a good sleep. Unfortunately, we'll have to watch the video back. On you go, Pascale. You take the next question.
So, well, there we are. If you could have a ride along in any aircraft, what would it be? So, any aircraft in history, I reckon, not just the ones that are currently around now. What would it be? Anything you could fly in?
I don't know, because I want to fly them all. Because you need to try them all before you can choose. You need to try every single, and you will feel it. Maybe why not to Phantom?
Oh yeah.
Tiger as well. Well, Hornet is a good one.
Yeah, but you never know. You might find yourself in the back of a Super Hornet one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Doing some liaison flights.
Yeah, I'm sure one of our listeners might know a way into that. So yeah, I can get back on the back of a
MiG-35 is good as well. Su-57, why not? So I cannot answer this question because I'd like to try all of them.
So until you've tried them all, you don't know which ones be your favorite one.
Yeah, Spitfire is good.
Ah, that's my dream plane, Spitfire right there.
You nearly done that this summer if it wasn't for
I know if it
coronavirus.
wasn't for COVID, that was my 40th birthday present. Was a flight in a Spitfire back in the UK, but unfortunately we can't go back for it.
By the way, IL-2 should be a good one as well.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
So, moving on to more development stuff again, I suppose. So, so how much of your recruitment comes from members of the community, like modders, and how has that shaped the team?
Well, we would like to involve as much people from community as we can, but we understand that people can have their own life besides the community. So sometimes we hire somebody from community when people would like to participate and spend their life with us. And well, actually, a lot of current employees grow up from the community. So yes, we are open and would be happy if somebody want to join and have enough qualification to participate. And we have a lot to do.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, if you heard it here, guys, if you're not happy with something in DCS, then get your job application in, and you can go and help fix it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
be ready. We will hire you at least for 1 year, and you will have to stay with us. And as you committed, you will have to respond to community for every feature you deliver.
The hardship that comes with a job.
Yeah, because it's easy to create a mod, because we set up the possibility a long time ago, and you can have your mods on forum updated to DCS, etc. But the tough point comes with the time passing by. And you have to work with the features, upgrades, consistency, etc.
Yeah, well, that's kind of part of the problem as well, isn't it? Because DCS World in the core is constantly evolving, so people.
Yeah, and actually we are very grateful to third parties who are with us for so many years. For every single company, for every single team who stays with DCS and deliver the products, we know how tough it is to go through the pipeline. And sometimes, of course, Eagle Dynamics do not give a hand for different reasons.
Yeah.
But it's really good that we have so many third parties.
Yeah, because I mean, there's only so much one development team of any size can, push out and work on at a given time. So I think DCS would be significantly smaller and a much smaller universe if we had to rely on one core team to deliver everything.
Yeah.
So,
with the recent addition of neutral factions within the editor, would you like to see more AI non-combat aircraft added?
Maybe one day. Because for the non-combat aircraft, there are features which need to be developed to make it real.
Yeah.
And we focused on combat aircraft, and we haven't covered all of them so far. And also the non-combat aircraft business is a little bit different. And Microsoft released the flight simulator.
That actually ties in with a question that was asked on Hoggit. If we'll jump down to that one. What influence has the release of Flight Sim 2020 had on DCS and the development roadmap, if any?
Well, yes. We were following the whole campaign by Microsoft, and actually we are very happy that they made it and they delivered the flight simulator, and it gave us a lot of inspiration and way to improve our simulator.
Has it essentially been free research for you guys? Because obviously you can look at what people are raving about in Flight Simulator 2020 and you now know what people are really excited about, so that's an obvious route to, okay, great, we can just work on that rather than taking a stab in the dark.
Well, my personal hope is that Flight Simulator will bring more people to flight community.
Yeah.
And that's the best advantage we can have. And if the community will grow, every company in the area will grow as well, because we will deliver new features, new technologies, and so on. New aircraft, new third parties who would love to participate in and who will be able to deliver. So I was very happy when I first saw the trailer of Flight Simulator.
Yeah, and it's probably a good way to bring people who, have never really tried the Flight Simulator into the sort of niche community, because it's not very accessible.
You can fly to the place where you live and you can see it, and you try aircraft, and maybe you would love it and you will get used to it and become a member of our flight community.
Yeah.
So that's perfect way to be.
It certainly drove the price of Warthog HOTAS through the roof. Got mine just before it.
So for us it was inspiring.
So the community have asked, this is Hoggett again, that came through with this one. So we know that you guys are working very hard on a dynamic campaign, which will be, I'm sure it'll be out 2 weeks. Will there be...
Come on.
It's worth a try, come on.
That's a huge piece.
If you say so, Katia. It can't be that hard, surely.
Well, it is.
So, is there going to be an update to the UI to allow people to control supplies and such? And if so, will there be updates to allow people supplies through script?
Yes, it's actually, that's all it's going to be about. You will have a specific tools, you will have interface to set up the campaigns, to create the campaigns. But once you started a campaign, make it alive and just watch how it will behave. So we will not allow cheating inside when the campaign is running, but it will be possible to control it, of course.
Yeah, and I imagine that's a really complex thing, because the only thing most of us have anything to base a dynamic campaign in this sort of world in is obviously a competitor, well, not even a competitor product, a mod product. But to bring that into sort of 2020 standards, it hasn't been done before. Nobody else is doing that right now.
Yeah. So it's a large piece for us and interesting one. Many tasks to be done and a lot of features.
So speaking on features, we also know through some nice teaser pictures that you guys are working hard on the weather and the clouds.
On the clouds.
Yeah. So is that part of a bigger piece? Is it just going to be clouds, or is it moving from there onto other weather, damage model? Is part of a bigger part of the core?
Well, weather is ready and it's waiting to be implemented to the new clouds. But first we will release the clouds itself. We want to make you happy with the clouds first. And after it, be able to play with the weather system.
And will that be the weather system? Is that going to be sort of controllable in the editor, so you'll be able to add definable weather zones on the map, or is it very much, this is the weather today across the whole map?
Well, both.
Both. Okay, awesome.
I want to see a specific tool which helps you to control the weather in specific areas. So when you are flying and you have an operation, you can change the weather conditions and play with it and make it a bit more realistic, because for sometimes you have one condition and you can have another conditions during the operation. So why not to create additional stuff?
Yeah, well, I mean, that would be fantastic to have.
Sounds amazing.
To be able to have that in, in some of our 3-4 hour long operations, to have weather evolving and, changing the way the mission plays out would be incredible.
And together with dynamic campaign,
yeah,
you can add the weather condition and just add a specific storm which will destroy some resources for you.
It's going to put our campaign makers out of business. So
tanking in a storm. Question we've got from the Tactical DCS community, and it sort of ties in with a lot of what we're doing as well for the charity. How's COVID affected you as a team, and how have you had to adapt to these changes? That's as a business, and of course with staff mental well-being and things. How's COVID affected ED on the whole?
Well, of course it did, and we all moved from offices to home, and it took some time for us to adapt, and we slowed down some processes by that time. But right now we are in a pretty good shape after the holidays and vacations, and good to go for new features and new deliveries.
Fantastic.
The most sad situation for us was that we moved to a new office building in Moscow and had to lock down everything. So it was tough.
Yeah, it took some time getting everything back up and running.
Because we just moved in, and there is a panoramic view of Moscow in the building, and well, we had to go home and stay at home.
Tying in with that, Katia, we've got a question again from the Tactical DCS community. During lockdown, you opened up all the modules to the community for free, and obviously as a customer, this was very generous, and it let us try lots of modules that we might not have tried before, and it is a maybe on our list. Was it good for sales in the long run, and would you consider doing it again in the future?
Well, it was good for community. And we wanted to do it for community, especially during the COVID situation, because I hope the pandemic will not happen once again, and in our life it will not be happening anymore. But for the free models for everyone, we'll see. Maybe one day we'll do it once again.
That's a great answer, by the way. And again, thanks for doing that, because again, it brought a lot of people into, certainly to our server, to come and learn new models and how to take off and land. And we had to add a team very quickly to help train them and get them up to speed.
Yeah, that's good. So it was made for community, not for sales.
Fantastic.
So we've covered a bit around, what you guys are working on, and I'm sure there's loads of secret stuff that you're just not going to tell us. But can you tell us what are the biggest development challenges you're facing right now? So what are the toughest things that you're trying to work through?
Legacy code.
Yeah.
That's the toughest for us. And we understand that we need to change the whole engine, and we need to take decisions how are we going to make it through iterations or all at once. The decision is not yet made. Creating the new architecture for it started with the graphic engine as a part of the whole project. Progressing there, but the legacy code it's tough.
Yeah, and again, it's, as you say, that's something that you can sort of work through in the short term, but long term, I imagine that must be a point where you're going to have to say, we can't continue doing this because it's more work than actually starting from scratch.
Yeah.
Are there any hurdles or challenges that that you're proud of overcoming that the community might not even be aware that you've done?
Well, actually, yes, the channel map. The channel map was for us an interesting and completely new project in terms of style, in terms of colors, in terms of small details on buildings, in terms of historical area. And I think we didn't actually mention it a lot. And for the team who developed the terrain, it was a challenge.
Yeah, the channel map.
And we actually proud of the map itself, and we achieved a lot in technological point of view. Of course, we have a lot of feedback for FPS and so on, and the performance issues. But there are other aspects which we covered, and we are really proud of this product.
Yeah, and I think you should be, because I know Pascale and I have flown on it with some of the other guys, and it's a stunning map.
As soon as I seen Chain Home, I was like, bye, get it. It's history of my job. I was like, yep, I'll have that. Thank you very much. Looks amazing.
And it's not a PR action, okay? So I'm not encouraging you for anything, but as you said, what we are proud of. Well, yes, we are proud of the map.
Should we do another?
Well, Super Carrier was another one, and it was a completely new area for us. We didn't even have a single document about it when we started. We just decided we want to have it. That's all.
Yeah.
So it was a passion for us to deliver, and we actually did it in a very short period of time. We wanted to have it much earlier, but we realized what we need to deliver and what we need to develop and all the operations on the deck and so on. So it took a little bit more than we expected, but we are happy and proud of the product.
So would you say the Supercarrier, was that one, I mean, for our point of view as a consumer, it probably felt like one of the smoother releases you guys have had? It just sort of came out, there wasn't many delays really, and it just kind of worked out of the box. It did what it said it was supposed to straight away. Was that your kind of impression on your end as well, that it was, pretty smooth and pretty well executed?
Well, we work as a team all together, and many decisions are made by a group of people. And we always ask for opinions. And we use actually the democracy inside company. And we ask everyone, are they happy with the product? Are they happy to see it on their webpage, on eShop, and see the YouTube videos and so on, to feel proud for the product? And Super Carrier for everyone, I think, was an interesting product to be delivered. And, well, yes, it was a smooth release. Because we were already at home, locked down, and the processes started to get better and better. So we released it in a stable way. On the other hand, during February and March, we were moving to a new habit, staying at home. So the delivery of DCS updates were not so smooth.
Yeah, I think that's the same for a lot of people everywhere, and I guess we need to realise that as well, because obviously a lot of our time spent during the lockdowns and various restrictions is staying at home doing things like playing DCS, and we're like, oh, where's the update, but we forget that it's not just us it affects the entire company that's delivering these updates as well. We'll pick up another question from Hoggett. It ties into the carrier as well, actually. It says, we know that the DCS core is still a work in progress and many areas need to be brought up to 2020 standards. Some in the community feel that things like the new Kuznetsov or the World War II assets pack should be part of that work and not sold separately. How would you respond to those customers?
Well, but we want to have an asset pack. And we wanted to have Kuznetsov inside supercarrier. So we decided to deliver as sold models. And a lot of work is done for both of them. Why not to sell?
So is that one of those cases where that, for example, the Kuznetsov, that's just something that you wouldn't be able to develop, within financial means unless it was part of some other project? It would just be left, as is. Was that an opportunity for you to bring that up to date, or?
Yes, it is. Because we wanted to make it better. Unfortunately, we don't have the possibility right now to deliver it as a super carriers with the deck crews, etc. But still, we wanted to update it and to make the model of the exact shape as it is, because as you remember, the previous one was not so accurate.
Yeah.
And actually, the asset pack for the Second World War, it's a piece of art. And every single model which we have inside of the asset pack, it takes a long time to deliver because of the detalization level.
Yeah.
So do you?
And we actually didn't know if everyone would like to have the asset pack or not. So we gave the possibility to people to be able to decline the asset pack and just don't use it.
Yeah, I think from our point of view, the standard that the World War II modules, like the 109 and the Spitfire, the P-51, are incredible. Yeah, they definitely, in with the Normandy and the Channel available, it has sort of taken an entirely new direction in DCS. So the World War II asset pack, from a customer point of view and someone like myself and Pascale who love the World War II stuff, it is an essential. If you're going to get the most out of the World War II side of things. So is the World War II asset pack something that is going to grow and become a primary part of DCS development in the future?
Well, we constantly update it. It really takes time to deliver every single model because it takes at least 6 months to model it for one person. And well, of course, we cannot deliver every 2 weeks a new asset to the pack with the pipeline of 6 months. So we are doing as much as we can. Of course, we would love to deliver everything for free, but come on, guys.
Yeah, exactly. It's a business.
I want to eat
needs
sometimes.
To make money.
And well, people around me, 150 people, they want to have life, buy new home, raise children. So I think every time we speak with community about the money and the possibility to have it for everything for free, well, yes, we would love to do it. But if we can have food for free, homes for free, well, we can do everything for free to everyone.
Yeah, I think that's something we're all guilty of, myself included, to be honest. I mean, there is times when you're buying extra, you have to buy the asset pack and the aircraft you want and the map. And from our point of view, it is like, this is a lot of money, but at the same time, this hobby isn't a cheap hobby. It is a niche within a niche.
Yeah.
If you want to make money as a game developer, flight sims and things like spending a fortune modeling F-18s is not the place to make a fortune. You could pump out the stuff that EA pumps out left, right, and centre and make a hell of a lot more. So I think there's frustration on our end. There's definitely a level of understanding that these things cost money, and then it is what it is. So you can have the next one, Pascale. That's a hard one.
Well, it's not hard one. It's just a real life. Come on.
Okay, the next question we have from Tactical DCS. It's no secret that you develop products not only for entertainment purposes, but for military applications as well. Have you found this beneficial in letting you revisit certain products, such as the A10, where this might not have been viable otherwise?
Well, military projects helps, but not as much as could be because of the restrictions, as you know.
Yeah.
And well, I don't know. Well, yes, it helps, but still we can deliver it without military applications as well, because we are focused on details. Everyone in team very professional, and we work with the level of detailization. That's our core mission, is to deliver to you all possible features of every single aircraft we have. So it doesn't really matter if it's a military application or it's not. It's an aircraft we have.
Yeah. If you're allowed to share, what portion of Eagle Dynamics is dedicated to military applications compared to commercial?
2 people.
Is that 2 people, sorry?
Yeah, 2 people.
There we go.
Well,
nice answer.
I bet it takes a lot longer than 2 weeks for those guys.
Well, they are not so demanding as you are.
It's a fair point, to be honest. I read some of the comments recently that when we were getting this live stream organised, it's a nightmare sometimes. I can only imagine what it's like every day for you guys.
I'll take the next one.
Yeah, you take the next one, pal.
Yeah, you get the easier ones there, actually. So this was a good question for one of our community members, actually, that I like. So what do you think the biggest challenges will be in the military flight sim genre going forwards with the current political environment that we're in?
Well, I hope one day all military guys will fly DCS and solve their problem in DCS, not in real life. So the political environment, well, what can we do? It's politics, that's all.
Does it make you? Is it something that you guys discuss internally when you're deciding on, products to release or maps and things, campaigns that you have to be careful?
We took all aspects during the decision, and political environment influence on it all the time.
Yeah,
I mean, we look into all conflicts around current situations as well. So of course it gives us specific restrictions.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to solve world conflicts, though, you're going to have to start developing more modules.
It's a fair one.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get all those Russian modules out, you might have world peace. You never know. That's a bit of motivation.
Release the modules world peace. I like that, Azza.
Yeah, I don't even think Hoggett could argue with that one. You've answered the next question already, actually, so I suppose we can skip that one.
Yeah.
So, Pascale, I'll let you round it up.
Yeah, so again, it's been great, all the questions we've had from both our communities, and it was so nice of you to answer some of the ones we had from Hoggett. So the last one we've got from Tactical DCS is there anything you'd like to share about Eagle Dynamics in your time there with the community? Anything we don't know about?
Well, I hope you know everything. But sometimes there are conclusions which are made by community a bit wrong, and some comments which are posted, they are quite offensive.
Yeah.
And not only to ED team, but also to third-party developers as well. And sometimes, personally, I feel that we are not in a good shape. But on the other hand, we have people who are totally together with us and are happy with the products we deliver. And yes, we work with VR engineering with Xtau and also with Varjo and with all the other VR developers.
Yeah.
Answering the question which I can see right now on the chat.
Oh, I've been avoiding that.
And
You were supposed to ask when the Apache came out, though, Pascal. That's not the right question.
2 weeks.
one day. One day.
One day I'll
There you go.
Well, actually, you can have as a giveaway DCS Apache, and one day it will come out and you can have it for free.
Fantastic. You heard it here first. We've got it recorded. Free Apache.
Yes, so one day it's a dream and it will come true.
Fantastic. Cannot wait for that.
So returning to the question, well, I hope that the community one day will feel that we are a part of the community and we are a team of people who would like to be a part of the community and who wants to deliver as much as we can. And we actually do a lot to improve, to increase the efficiency, to speed up and deliver better product, and we want to deliver the better product. And sometimes when I read that we only want money, it's completely wrong.
Especially what you said earlier about the giveaway. It was for the community during that tough period, well, still that tough period when you've done all the modules for free, and that was fantastic. And of course, the help and support you've given us here with the 10 modules that we've had to give away, and we've still got lots more of them to give away. We've got lots to get through in the last few hours, and we really do appreciate the help and support, and for you taking the time out your weekend to come and speak to us, and the people that are in the chat. It's been absolutely fantastic to have you here.
Well, thank you. Was that Apache 100% confirmed? Well, I think the Apache was confirmed many years ago. But it's really a long way to achieve the confirmed Apache.
Well, if you ever need any help, we have some guys in the Tactical DCS community who know quite a lot about it, and we can put you in touch with them. Good old Remco is one of our Apache pilots. He's going to be interviewed again later on today. He was interviewed last night, and Lawrence is a mechanic. So there's some people that can help you out, I'm sure.
Yeah, as soon as we will be ready to show the model and to make it testable, we would like to have the participation of the pilots to test and feedback to improve.
Right, as we need to learn how to fly an Apache soon.
Yeah.
I was going to say we need to try and find a way into this testing.
So I cannot tell you right now that we are confirmed 100% to deliver Apache at a particular day. One day we will do it. It's really a dream which will come true, and I know that community wants it.
Yeah.
And also we want it in the same way. So one day we'll do. Don't worry.
I think with the communities...
Right now we focused on Mi-24. We definitely focused on F-18.
Yep.
Maverick and Harm will come with the next update for F-16.
Fantastic.
Hopefully you will like it, because we started the testing phase of missiles 2 weeks ago, and it seems that it's in a good shape and ready to be delivered to open beta.
Superb.
And Mosquito is underneath.
I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, Mosquito's
I don't think we're alone
amazing.
in that. Yeah, that's going to be fun.
I think
So that's already a lot in terms of models.
I think one of the problems we have is, of course, you say what models you're releasing, and lots of people think, yeah, oh, that's going to be amazing, this is going to be fantastic. And then, of course, because people who play DCS and flight sims, they're so passionate about certain airframes that they've grown up to love, and they're like, well, when are we getting this one? Because we don't have the Tornado. When's the Lightning coming? When's it? And you could go on forever with wish list upon wish list, but it's great that you've obviously said what's in the pipeline again, and the fact that the Harman Maverick are coming out for the 16, because yeah, well, that's the 16 for me all over.
Okay, good.
I mean, I've run out of questions. Well, I mean, I go on to that last one, because I mean that must be a double-edged sword for you guys, where ED and some other developers, it's a very open development process you guys have, where people get to see what you're working on, whereas some AAA companies, you don't even know a game is coming out until it's essentially done. It's in final stages. So I think something that would take 4 years to 4 to 5 years to make, they don't have the worry about people chapping the door saying, when's this coming, because they don't know it exists. Whereas you guys show us something earlier on, or we have a small habit of jumping to conclusions, and then you have to live with us constantly asking when it's going to be made, when there's years worth of work left in it.
Well, I think we will be even more transparent when we will set up the web cameras inside offices. But we won't. Okay? I still want to have some privacy for our guys.
It would be nice for you to share that nice view across Moscow, though. You could have at least one webcam that we can enjoy.
Maybe one day when we finalize the office, we will create a specific video for you to see how it looks like, because right now it's a mess.
That's how you can announce the module. Just put a little model in front of the camera, and just one day just put it there. That's when
No. We want to be honest, okay? So, and I really would love to share with you the view we have in the office, because we can see the parades which are taken on 9th of May in Moscow, and we can see all the aircraft going through, and it's just spectacular view. And well, I want to share it with you as well one day, but not this year because of the COVID, but maybe next year.
Fantastic. Well, again, we've got to say thank you very much for all your time and taking time to answer questions from the community and to answer questions from Hogget, who I think will be quite surprised, because I don't think they thought you would answer the questions that they were posting when we'd announced, obviously, that we'd have you as a guest. So thank you very, very much for supporting the community and for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and talk to us. We really do appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome, and I would be always happy to talk to you and to the community. Sorry that I do not answer all the questions on Hogget and do not participate in every single thread there, but just need some time to work. Thank you guys for inviting me, and hope the event will go very well and it will not be the last one, and you'll do several more.
I really hope not. I really hope not.
You say this now. You said this the last time.
Yeah. I must have learned a lesson this time.
Well, maybe not for 24 hours.
Yeah. Well, the problem is you can't do 24 hours and then next time do 12, because people think you're at it. So you can't go back.
Do you know what? I'm going to fly to Scotland in a minute and punch you right in the head. It's too much. 24 hours is too long. Well, Katia, thanks very much. We'll let you get back to your weekends and go and enjoy yourself. Thank you so much again. Yes. And then
thank you.
We'll try and keep everyone entertained and push through to the end. So thank you very much indeed.
Thank you for making DCS a good one.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Katia.
Well, there we go. That was Katia Peredenko, from the COO from ED Dynamics, who came and joined us for a chat. Thank you very much for that. What more can we say? That's fantastic.